Well, ladies and dudes, I got one interesting fun fact that you should know about All Dogs Go to Heaven. This very underrated film that came from Mr. Don Bluth, it is starting to become a big lip alligator movie that happened one time and one time only, and it never happened again. It is because of the two great actors. One is our dear beloved comedian dude named Don DeLuise, and that good-looking dude, Burt Reynolds. This is the only time that they're going to work together in one animated film. And sadly, they never worked together again in the later on time. Sadly to say. And yes, about Don DeLuise, he did come back and reprise his role as Itchy for the sequel, the TV series, and that Christmas special one. That's for sure. Well, anyway, hi ladies and dudes, this is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boobop 1987. This is my review for today. And today I will do another movie review, ladies and dudes. And it's a very darn underrated one. And thanks to Huey Tewmore, he did say about this film, it is truly a gangster movie. I did not know that at all. I did not know that this Don Bluth film is a gangster film. And to tell you the truth right now, ladies and dudes, I'm not a big fan of gangster movies. Gangster movies is not my cup of tea at all. I'm just not a big fan of these type of films that involve people who want to do smoking, drinking, gambling, getting involved with lots and lots of money and being rich and spoiled and living in a stupid mansion that involves too much expenses and all that stuff. No, I'm not a big fan of those type of movies at all. And I don't want to do gambling in real life, because I will regret myself. That's for sure. But as for this movie, this one movie, I will trust this film because I'm a big fan of underrated films, and animated films are my cup of tea. That's for sure. So anyway, for my next movie review is All Dogs Go to Heaven. And yes, ladies and dudes, it is very darn true that this movie didn't do so well at the box office. Well, thanks to The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid is the one that kicked this film's butt for the end of the era of the 80s. That's for sure, and that's where the Disney Renaissance thing was born. Well, if you know that history very, very well. So without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my next movie review of All Dogs Go to Heaven. And I better hurry up and do this movie review quick because I gotta get going my stuff. You know, taking care of the cats and eat my breakfast and go to work. Since I'm in a hurry, if you know what I mean. So anyway, I gotta do this movie review quick. So for the main plot of the story it's a story about a gangster dog named Charlie Barkins. He wants to seek out revenge on his old boss named Carface, since Carface made a fake plan of he wants to kill his partner off and he wants to rule the casino of his own and make a fake go-away party, and he decided to finish him off with a runaway car in a halfway point of the bridge. And yeah, Charlie did die. He came back to life thanks to this watch. The watch is the only thing that brought him back to life, and he needs to keep that watch at all costs. So he will never die ever again. And yeah, he asked his buddy Itchy for help to take Carface down to the count and, helping Charlie to create his own casino. And he's going to use a poor girl named Anne-Marie to... He's just using her as a puppet for bad reasons and, talking to animals and getting to know which one of these animals is going to win a race and all that stuff. And that's all I could say about the main plot of the story. I guess everybody wants to know is, what the heck do I think about this movie? Well, to tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, I really do like this movie. Like I said, this is the only good gangster movie I can trust. Out of all the other gangster movies I did see, I only saw a little bit of it here and there. But this is the only gangster movie I can enjoy for the most part. And yes, it is a very good underrated film indeed that came from Don Bluth. That's for sure. I will say it had a pretty good storyline for the most part. The characters are likable. One is okay. It has good animation, great songs, good score, and also, also very good casting as well. I don't want to forget about the cast. May rest in peace. Except for Ken Page, I think he's still around somehow in some way. Well, I only know a little bit about that cool guy with the cool voice who played Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas. And also, it has some very good fun facts to be found. So anyway, let's head on to my strongest points and the weakest points of All Dogs Go to Heaven. I will say for the strongest points for this movie is the interesting fun facts that you should know about this film. And yes, one good interesting fun fact you should know about All Dogs Go to Heaven is Burt Reynolds and Dawn DeLuise. They were very good friends in real life. They were very good two actors who could play, the best partner dudes in crime or best friends or partners in some films here and there. They knew each other very, 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 very well. They work on This Is the End. Never heard of that movie. I know just a little bit about it. And I know they were in Cannonball Run Part 1 and 2, and they were there in The Smokey and the Bandit Part 2. So yeah, those are the only films I know that they did work together. And also they were good buddies and partners for TV shows, like The Dean Martin Show, The Johnny Carson Show, and the final time that they were together is in Hollywood Squares. You know about the duo thing, if you know what I mean. And yes, it is true, Dawn DeLuise did work with Don Bluth only 4 times and 4 times only. Not just All Dogs Go to Heaven. He worked with him in Secret of NIMH and The American Tail and Trolls, the Troll in Central Park. If you know those wonderful films, well, except for Troll in Central Park, I know that's everybody's least favorite film. Well, you know what I'm talking about. And yes, ladies and dudes, a really sad fact to know, this is Julia Barsley's last and final film. Something that was really tragic and heartbroken to say. Well, may rest in peace, Julia Barsley. And also, ladies and dudes, another thing you should know about this amazing film, well, without this movie, we will never get to know any other fun facts to be found that featured big lip alligator moments. Later on in life, there'll be a whole lot of big lip alligator moments to come. I'm not sure if it's all these movies, but it has to be so many scenes to be found. there's a lot of scenes from both animated and live action. There will be a big lip alligator moment that will happen one time and one time only, and you'll never see them again. And also, ladies and dudes, there is one interesting character that I love and adore the most, who did release so many big lip alligator moments that happened in one movie and one movie only. If you know this amazing character that I adored the most for the past 3 years ago, you'll know what I mean. After all, thanks to this dude, he deserves to be the king of all big lip alligator moments. That's for sure. So I will say for the strongest point for this movie is so many great fun facts to be found for this underrated film. And as for the weakest points for this movie is, it has to go to Charlie Barkin. I'm sorry, ladies and Jews, but Charlie Barkin is my least favorite character in this whole entire movie. The only thing I like about the character is just some part of the beginning of the film, and he does have a soft side for the doggy girl and those cute little puppies. That was pretty much it. That was the only good positive thing I like about Charlie. But the weakest point about this character is this guy doesn't have much of a storyline, and he just didn't redeem himself on time. After all, he's being a jerk, he's an idiot, and he really did disrespect that poor little girl, Anne-Marie, and hurting her feelings and using her as a puppet for a very, very bad reason. Yeah, I don't mind Burt Reynolds for his performance and the role of the character. I can respect that. But it's the character and the storyline that I'm really upset about the most. I'm sorry, ladies and dudes. It's just the storyline of the character. Like I said at the beginning, he cares about a few characters, and that was pretty much it. I just don't like the part what he did to Anne-Marie. What he did was very disrespectful. I just wish he had a change of heart a little bit way sooner in the film, maybe somewhere dab in the middle or so. And also, I just wish he could get to know his flaws. That's for sure. So yeah, I will say for my weakest point of the movie is really Charlie Barkin's the main character himself. As for the other characters, I do love Itchy. He's a really good character. I just feel bad for him for having so many scratchies here and there on his body, and he had a bad life as well. Carface is a really good villain, but I really don't know about the actor that much who played him, since that was the only anime film that he did in his life. And Killer is just a poor misunderstood character. I think he's just with the wrong dog at the wrong time. And the poor sweet Anne-Marie, all she ever cared about is just finding a home, and she wants to have a family in her life. You know, someone to love her and take care of her and treat her like a person and all that stuff. She doesn't deserve to be a puppet and doing Charlie's dirty deeds and all that stuff. Well, if you know what I mean. So anyway, ladies and dudes, I better go ahead and tell you about my final thoughts of All Dogs Go to Heaven. Overall, All Dogs Go to Heaven is a very good movie to watch, but yet a very decent one at best. I will say it had a good storyline for the most part. The characters are likable. One is okay. I do love the voice cast and the animation, the score, the songs, and has so many great fun facts to be found. That's for sure. And overall, I decided to give this movie an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed this movie for what it is. That's for sure. And That's it. That's all I could say about my movie review of All Dogs Go to Heaven. And tell me, ladies and dudes, what is your favorite Don DeLuise and Burt Reynolds movie of all time in your own opinion? Well, whichever it is, leave a comment there and let me know. And I gotta get going. Like I said, I gotta do some very important stuff here and there. So I gotta go. So I'll see you all later, and sayonara.